2020, our friendship was a bit awkward. Can you relate to that?
Yes. So 2020 was a bit awkward. So what happened was, she dated my friend.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and a special welcome to you if you are new to the channel. Thank you so much for joining the fam. My name is Itumeleng and I make faith-based content here on YouTube, and I post videos each and every single Tuesday. Well, I try to. And yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in, please be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos, okay? So today my wonderful husband is back again for another video. And he's back because today is actually our 1 year anniversary. Like today, when we are posting this video on this Tuesday, it is our 1 year anniversary. We met, well, no, we didn't meet on the 23rd of May. We started dating on the 23rd of May. And so, we are sick. But anyway, yes, we started dating on the 23rd of May. And so we just thought that we should celebrate our anniversary with you guys by sharing how we actually met. And yeah, just the story behind all of that. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and without any further ado, let's get into it.
So without a waste of time, let's get into it. So usually when we tell the story, I start, but today I'll let her start.
What?
Hence, I mean, I brought us back. You know what I'm saying? So yes, so you do.
Wow! I've never started this story. Like literally, he's the one that always starts, and then I'm just like, no, that didn't happen. No, this happened. No. But okay, it's fine. I'll tell the story. So we met at church. Yeah? We met at church. The year was 2019. You know? I was still very young in my faith. I wasn't even a believer by then, but I was just coming to church, you know, because there was that desire. And then he was literally the first person I met, first person that talked to me, and he literally dragged me into the serving catering team right there and then. Literally, like, wow. But scouting for people to serve, man. Yeah, so then that's what happened. And yeah, I was in his serving team, and then we just became friends after that. And then we started talking, but he had this thing where, like, whenever there was a new person at church, like he would like go out of his way to get to know them, you understand? And so that is what he did with me. Like, we chatted on the phone, and he took me out for McDonald's once to just chill and talk. But you can imagine you're a new person at church, and then this guy is just asking you to go have McDonald's, like on a weird afternoon. And so of course in my head I'm thinking, this guy,
it wasn't the case,
he has
by the way.
other intentions. But yeah, we had a good conversation. Those were not the intentions at all. Like he was really just trying to get to know me, trying to get to see where I was in my faith and all of that. And then we just continued talking, and then there was a time where we went out to there's a West Dean Dam park thingy that people like going to. So then I don't know who you asked us to go, ne? Or what happened?
Yes. So we kept on postponing. So we had our conversation at McDonald's. She had to leave, but like we spoke about a lot of things. Spoke about like where she's from and everything like that.
Yeah.
While on Sunday we just basically kept it surface level, and it was about plugging people into Bible studies or so. So that's what we used to do, me and my friends. So before the West Dean thing, what happened is it was like oh, fine, you know what, do you want to meet up and things like that. And then, yeah.
Before the West Dean thing, what happened was we were talking on the phone like quite frequently, and there was actually a time where we talked. I remember this phone call so well because I just remember it. I remember even where I was sitting in my room and everything. But anyway, we were talking casually, and then you brought about a hypothetical scenario
Of what?
of what if like there's a friend that you liked. Remember that?
That was later on.
No, that was literally.
I remember that, but that was later on because I remember that. So I remember the mindset I was in, guys, during that time. So I remember the mindset I was in. So I was in the mindset of, after we spoke, she was quite like a creative person, you know. That time was during the time where I started like going to like your events when you were doing like drama and stuff. That's around that time when I started asking you such, you know.
Yeah.
But like that was in the later stage. But when she was new, I didn't want a person who was not properly mature yet because I was like worried about like I think the faith thing for me was like the main thing. So even when we started dating, it was the same thing with me. It was like the faith thing was the main thing for me. It was just like you can be as pretty as you want to be, you can be all of that. But if you're not a person of faith and you're not strong in your faith, I'm out, you know? So that's what I was trying to establish during that time.
Okay, maybe I got my timeline incorrectly. That's why he tells the story and I just like... But anyway, we went to the West Dean Dam to just chill. And in my head, like, and he's going to disagree with me on this and we're always going to disagree until... death do us part.
But we leave the story here. This is where we settle it.
So like at the West Dean Dam, how the conversation went on my end was it felt as though, especially taking into consideration what had happened before, how like I was feeling like this guy, it's weird. Why is he showing so much intentionality when that was not the case? When like what I thought he was doing, he was not doing. But like, yes. So I had that idea in my head, and so going to the West Dean Dam, it was a thing of, the conversation that we had there was like he was asking me out and being like, okay, I like you. What's going on? You know. And then that's when I had said no, like. I like us as friends. Let's be friends. Let's continue to be friends. And then that was that. After that, like we went to go got us. And
that's where the story differs, by the way.
Yeah.
So according to her, she said she liked us as friends. According to me, I said that. She doesn't remember properly, and I remember when I said it. There was this other thing. You know those gym things that you find in like parks. So I was playing on that gym thing. We're playing on that gym thing, and then I was just like. I thought just to remove the awkwardness. So I was the kind of person to like, I don't like things unclear, you know? And I was like, we're probably better off as friends, right? And then she said, yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's what she said. And that was the nature of the conversation. Because also I remember not being disappointed about that. Because that's exactly the vibe I got when we went out that day. So I was not disappointed by us coming to that conclusion. I was like, okay, we are better friends, but I don't think anything can come out of this. But we didn't clearly speak about feelings that day. There was no blurry lines and anything like that. There was no clear communication. But we hung out a lot, chilled, we were looking at the water. We were there for some time, like teaching her how to take pictures with a phone. And some of those pictures actually are in one of her album cover, music song cover. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so one of those pictures actually won like a song cover for like one of the songs that she released. And yeah, like it was just that, I think.
Yes, it was that two different perspectives, but like one situation, only God knows what actually happened. Mm-hmm. But anyway, after that, we really did decide to be just friends, and we were good friends after that for a long time. And then
A long time.
A long time. 2019, 2018, we were friends.
2018.
2019, 2020.
2019, 2020.
Yeah.
2021, we're still friends.
2021, we were still friends. But 2020,
and towards the end of 2019, love.
Eh?
Towards the end of 2019.
Yeah, it was towards the end. It was not like the whole of 2019.
Yeah. So it was like 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. But then 2020, our friendship was a bit awkward. Can you
Yes,
to that?
yes. So 2020 was a bit awkward. So what happened was, she dated my friend. She dated my friend. Me and my friend were roommates. She dated my friend, and then I didn't know how to be. Like, I didn't know how to, like, am I still allowed to communicate with her?
But
because
why did you feel like that?
Early 2020, I did develop like feelings for her. Based on conversations that we were having and based on me seeing her grow in her faith, because that's when she started properly showing growth, you know. But yeah, I guess my friend also saw that. But I think it was after the camp. So we had a camp early in the year, and then in that camp they clicked well with my friend, you know. And then after that they, you know, had a relationship, and I was like, ish. Now me, like, have had a bit of feelings in Yana, seeing her growth and her involvement in the church and things like that. I don't know if, you know, like, it's good for me to be around and things like that. So I did create a bit of a gap. I became a bit distant, and I thought it was the right thing to do. And I was like, I mean, it makes sense, you know. But like, yeah, so they started, you know, dating my friend, and
so we were not talking
as often. Yeah.
Yeah. But then that relationship ended, and then we started talking again. Like, just like that. But anyway, yes. I think when we started talking again when I came back this side, because I had just graduated. 2020 was my last year here in Joburg, and so I spent the whole of 2021 back home. Yeah, I spent most of 2021 back home.
Not all of it.
Most of 2021 back home. And wait, that relationship ended when?
2020.
Like in the middle of 2020.
When COVID was like starting to like be a little bit better.
Yeah.
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 But then next year I was at home most of the time. Yeah, half of the year. And then I came back this side for a job, and that is when we started talking again properly, right? I remember there was a time where I was back home and I was like, oh my word, I actually miss him. And then I messaged him and I was like, I actually miss you. Yeah, but then yes,
I was blushing there.
That's a side note.
Oh,
that also surprised me. It's just like, what? But anyway, we came back this side for a job, and then he started visiting me. Yeah, with some friends. We had like socials and whatnot. And then what happened after that?
And then like, so during that time, I started like also playing tennis with her. So like, I got interested in tennis because it was just like, so also that was the time where, so she quit a job, right? And during that period she was like, you know what, I don't think this is what I want to do. I want to go into ministry. I don't think my heart is here. And I'm already seeing that coming. Like I saw how she was in terms of inviting people to the church and doing as much as she could and allowing the Spirit to work in her. So she was able to minister to people, you know. So watching that from the side, I was just like, wow, this is so really beautiful. You know, she just became more and more attractive in that way. So started playing tennis together, and that was around the same time period, I think, along the same time period when she started doing like some YouTube videos as well, of guys and girls and that thing like that. So she came to Craven, did videos like that, and also she was like, you know, heavy on writing and things like that. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, and then she was doing covers. It's like, let me help you out. So I was just always keen.
Yeah, he was very involved
in
trying to help me out with whatever it is I was pushing.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is that was happening. But that was the end of 2021. That's how it ended.
That's how 2021 ended.
Yeah.
And then came back to ministry. Came back 2022.
Yeah.
Just did her first year as an intern.
Yeah.
At the church. But now, when she did her first year as an intern, I was staying within the same property, at a cottage at the corner. So I got to see her more often.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything like any feelings or attachment properly early when the year was starting. And then, but I also was going through the most, I think. I was not proper mentally during that time. And then we had a crazy conversation.
Yeah.
Like a really intense conversation where she was going at me for acting like I'm not alright in the head.
Hey.
And I was super insecure at the time. I've been in a situation where I actually wanted to be in a relationship. But I started like beating myself up about it, saying maybe the situation, that the reason I can't get any girl to, say yes to being with me was because of maybe I don't look right and things like that. I started like trying to find reasons on why I was unable to be with someone, And then more girl was not taking it. This is like, I'm done. Like I'm
You
gonna
said
call
more
this
girl
guy.
like a white person. Sorry. More girl. More girl.
Oh, more girl. What is it?
Sure.
More girl like started like saying, no bro, we need to talk, like this is not happening, like you out of line, like you really not doing the things. We had a long chat over the phone, she allowed me to vent out and where I was in terms of emotionally, like mentally and stuff, and she gave me the opportunity to say, no, you know what, like I get where you come from at the same time, but like, no, dude, like you can't. Like you can't be like that. Like you need to pull yourself together. And she said something that day. She was like, personally, I was like, you were great, né? But the only thing that I don't like about you was this area, the self-confidence and you beating up yourself. But everything else about you is good. Like I like it. But just this area here, it's just not doing it for me, And then I think after that conversation, I knew there was a lot of things to work on.
To sneeze. Sorry.
So I had a lot of things to work on, and I was just like, I woke up with that mentality. You know what? Like that is correct. I guess I just needed someone to talk me out of the mindset that I had, and she did a great job doing that. And then, no. Hey, Jiggy, I'm speaking to someone.
Wait. Before we get there, wait. I just want us to backtrack a bit to the beginning of 2021 again. Beginning of 2022 when I started my internship. Nah? So there was a day where it was January, we had just gotten back from our homes, December, the vibes. Nah? And you were coming back home, we were coming back to Craven with Edward. Yeah. And then you guys stopped at Craven where I was staying, where he had stayed previously, but he was moving out. Nah? So then that's where we were staying, and then I just remember this day. I don't think I've ever told you, but like you arrived with Edward and Linda was there. I don't know who else was there, Katu, and I just remember looking at you and I'm like, you look so different.
Hey.
I don't know what was going on. How did you like? He just started to look very attractive to me, but I like dismissed it entirely.
And she's been.
Yes. So I dismissed it. I was just like, what is going on? Why are you thinking like this towards this guy?
Yes.
And
there's something that is also very important that we forgot to mention. She's been thinking about me. So it's not just when she saw me then. She's been thinking about me.
Okay, sure. But like I just wanted to point that period out because I felt like there was a proper turn, because all throughout the year now, like I was cognizant of the fact that I am attracted to you now, you understand? And I think that's why I was so encouraged to tell you about the things that are not serving you. Because it was like, I don't know how many times I spoke to God about this, because I was just like, yo, speaking to you was a mess. Oh my goodness, like having to speak, cause it was just like a mess. Like he couldn't receive anything, you know. Everything he got sounded it. I think he received it as like an attack, and he always had to like have justification to everything. Always had to have an answer to everything. So like upon me thinking about like, cause I saw how he was acting 2022, and I'm like, I'm genuinely concerned as a friend. Like, what is going on? Why are you acting this way? Why do you always speak so low of yourself? And like, there's so much power in the tongue. Like, you shouldn't be speaking like this. You understand? And so in my head, I was just like, I have to speak to him. But there was also another side of me that was like, oh my word, this is going to be such a difficult conversation because he's such a difficult person. You know? You were.
I was.
But yes. God gave me the courage to do it, and then I talked to him, told him everything. Guti, you don't listen, first of all. You always have an answer for everything, and like
that is so unattractive.
Yeah. Yeah, and I told him, I was just like, you keep saying, Guti, you're single because you don't look good, or because of this, whatever. I'm like, those are not the reasons why you are not, you don't have a person right now. It's because of this and this and this, and you gotta fix it, you know. And then the conversation on the phone didn't end off well. Like, I didn't know where we were as friends. Was he mad at me? Was like, you understand? But then he called me the next morning, and he was just like, yo, thank you so much for the for that call, for that wake-up call. See what I did there? But anyway, yes. But yeah, he was very appreciative of it. And then after that, like a few weeks passed, and I just saw how he just changed, literally. Like, it's in those little things, how he was no longer speaking negatively about himself or about his situation, how he could listen more and take in things more. And it was just like, oh, okay.
And I remember saying to her, they say change doesn't happen overnight, but this one did. I'm telling you guys the truth. Like, this one did. Like, overnight. Like, slept on it, woke up in the morning, and then, like, it's like I was conscious of those things already. And I knew they needed to be worked on. But I don't know what I was waiting for. I don't know. I was waiting for my gonna-be wife to tell me that, hey. So yes, guys. So let's talk about how we dated, how we got to the point where we started dating.
Yeah.
Because that's the big story, basically. Like,
yeah.
It's a long big story, but that's the big story. A lot can happen in 3 years.
Okay, so this is going to be the end of part 1, because I just realized that this is going to be a very long video, and I'm trying to be considerate of y'all and me. I wouldn't watch a whole 1 hour video, so I don't expect you to do the same.
It's like trying to explain what happened in 3 years in an hour.
Yeah. No, it's not gonna work. So this is gonna be the end of part 1, and so part 2 will come out next week. And yes, thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next video, may the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with you all.
Subscribe. Please subscribe.
Yeah.
Notification bell for part 2.
Yeah. Okay, bye.